everyone, how are you all doing? My name is Deborah and I am here to review a drama that I am obsessed with, and I literally marathoned it and finished it on Friday. I started Wednesday, I finished Friday, and I am here to tell you about the drama that will change your life forever. No, that is not an exaggeration. Without further ado, grab your tea mugs and come along with me on this journey as we discuss Someday or One Day. Let's go.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is a drama starring Greg Han. Greg Han is an actor that I had seen previously in other dramas, but he was always acting in like minor roles as the friend of the male lead and stuff, and so I never really paid attention to him or really liked him or saw him as attractive or anything, because he was just a side character and stuff, which is actually why I didn't want to go into this drama in the first place and stuff. But then I started seeing tweets on Twitter about how this drama is so good and more people need to check it out, and one day I was really bored, I didn't have anything to watch, and so I asked people's opinions. I'm like, okay, how good is Someday or One Day? Is it really as good as everyone's saying it is? It is, before I go into it, and I was told it was, so I finally went into it and dang, it was good. Okay, so Greg Han is our main lead. He's playing two characters in the drama, Huang Yu Xuan and Zhe Wei, and our female lead is played by Alice Kay, whom I absolutely love and stuff. She's used to playing main leads and stuff in dramas, so it's not her first time. But this drama definitely, like, I always knew she was a good actress, but this drama showed me just how much range she has in her acting capabilities. And she also acts two characters in this drama. She acts Huang Yu Xuan and she acts as Chen Yuro. Alright, and the third lead or third person in this drama that's really important is Mo Junjae, who is the best friend of Zhe Wei and also the best friend of Huang Yu Xuan / Chen Yuro. Alright, now that we've got all that out of the way, let's get into the storyline and I'll tell you why this is the best drama ever and you need to check this out. If you're not the best drama ever, you're definitely one of the best dramas ever. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the storyline. So it's basically a drama of Huang Yu Xuan, who is this girl in 2019 who loses her boyfriend in a plane crash. I'm gonna give like really minor spoilers, nothing major because I don't want to spoil this drama for you, but really minor just so you get an idea of what the drama is about before you decide whether you want to go into it or not. But basically, it's a drama about Huang Yu Xuan, who lives in 2019. She lost her boyfriend 2 years ago in a plane crash, and while everyone excuse me, everyone thinks she's gotten over her grief, she's actually still going through the stages of grief, unbeknownst to many of her co-workers, except the people that are really tight with her and stuff. And so we meet Huang Yu Xuan, who's going through her grief, and one day she starts seeing someone who looks like her boyfriend, and she suspects that maybe her boyfriend is back, but she isn't really sure until she gets this gift from someone, and the gift turns out to be a cassette player of a cassette from 1998. And when she listens to this cassette on the bus, she finds herself falling asleep and transported to 1989. When she wakes up in 1989, she's in a hospital and she sees this guy sitting next to her that looks exactly like the carbon copy of her boyfriend and stuff. I mean, it's the same actor, so he looks like her boyfriend, and she thinks it's her boyfriend before she realizes, wait, he isn't my boyfriend, and he's someone totally different from my boyfriend, and I am not who I think I am. I am this new person called Chen Yuro, and I am not in 2019, but I am in 1998. I somehow miraculously went to the past and stuff. And so begins the journey where she tries to find out who was the person that got the Chen Yuro character that she enters the body of in the hospital, because Chen Yuro, there was an attempted murder on her life, and so they try to find out who the murderer is and why it is that she's in the body of someone who looks exactly like her. And this person that she sees, who is also a friend of the Chen Yuro, whose body she now is in, looks exactly like her boyfriend from the future. 2019 looks exactly like her boyfriend from the future, Huang Yu Xuan and stuff. So it's basically the story of how their lives intertwine and the connection and their love story and a story of friendship, love, psychology, mental health. Like there's a lot of topics that are addressed in this. So I guess let me give a trigger warning before you go into this drama. If you know you can't handle dramas that deal with rape, that deal with suicidal thoughts and stuff, that deal with depression and things like that, like really dark topics, then this is basically not the drama for you, because it really has a lot of dark, deep topics that you need to be able to handle to watch and stuff. Hence why I'd say if you're battling depression right now, or maybe suicidal thoughts and things like that, you should probably speak to your psychotherapist or psychologist to decide if this is a drama you should watch, because this drama really goes all the way there, like all the way there. There are things that were done in this drama, like one scene with a masturbation that I did not expect to see in this drama, and I'm not gonna tell you what happened with the masturbation, but it was just like, what the heck am I watching right now in this drama? So yeah, this drama goes all the way there in the most dark ways possible. And it's funny because when I first heard about this drama and people were all saying it starts out really light and then it goes all the way dark, I kept on wondering, okay, maybe yeah, like in the beginning, okay, maybe it's just like depression and things like that. It's not that dark, like, until they went all the way there and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really dark. This is really dark, but not in a scary way, but in a psychological, mental way and stuff. So yeah, this is definitely one of those dramas that I give a trigger warning. If you know you cannot handle such things, then this is not for you, or you know you're not mentally prepared for such things in a drama scene, such things, then this is definitely not the drama for you. But if you know you can handle it, or your psychologist, your psychotherapist has given you the go ahead to watch this kind of dramas that might help you and things like that, and you won't be affected by it, then yes, okay, come along with me as we go on talking about this drama. Okay, so let's start with the actors and the actresses, and then we'll go to the characters and my thoughts on the storyline and all of that. So I really have to give props to Alice Kay and Greg Han, because their characters, their acting in this drama was insanely good. It was so good that for both of them, I was able to tell when each of the characters they were acting was different. Like I was able to tell who Chen Yuro was from Huang Yu Xuan, and I was able to tell the different Li Ziweis from the different timelines, and I was able to tell the Wang Zuaishen and who Wang Zuaishen was and who Li Ziwei was, and the difference between the original Wang Zuaishen and the other Wang Zuaishen and stuff. And I know it sounds confusing, but it will all make sense when you watch the drama, I promise. And stuff. So I really like the acting, and I have to give props to the directing team also, because I don't know if it's just the actress that did it, but I'm guessing there has to be some work with the directing and the photoshopping skills and things like that, because there's such a clear difference in the facial features of like the Chen Yuro, how she has a teen face that tells how she's so depressed and stuff, and you can just see it's like the life has been sucked out of her, and you can tell the difference between her face and Huang Yu Xuan's face, which is more puffy and stuff and full of life. So that's just the minor intricate details that the directing has, or things that you might notice, like little notes maybe on the door, like the welcome sign on the uncle's door means something and stuff. Just the little details that really have a bigger meaning in this drama. It's something I like. In that aspect, it kind of reminds me of the Veranda and Fire, how everything is important, everything is like a puzzle, everything leads to something. There's a reason why it's there, it's not just useless and stuff. Which brings me now to the characters. Mo Junjae, for the greater part of the drama, was a character that I really didn't like. Mo Junjae was the best friend of both characters. Mo Junjae was the character that was in love with Chen Yuro and stuff, and he was also the best friend of Chen Yuro, the best friend of Huang Yu Xuan, and the best friend of Li Ziwei and stuff. But Mo Jun-jae for me was an annoying character just because I felt he was really selfish with the way he thought about certain things, and he wanted Zhe Wei to go out of his way to do certain things for Chen Yuro that just didn't make sense, just to make her happy. And I felt like it was a false happiness. So in a way, it wasn't even helping Chen Yuro if that's what you are trying to do, Mo Jun-jae and stuff. But then I guess it comes to the whole broader point of he's still a child, and that's what I realized as I watched it. Like, I couldn't think of him. Yeah, he might seem mature at times, but at the end of the day, this dude is still a child in high school, so it only makes sense that he thinks the way he does. But that doesn't negate from the fact that I did feel he was selfish. I could have done without his character, but his character was important and he made a great impact at a certain scene. He needed to be there for a certain pivotal moment, and when he was there for that moment, I was thankful that he was there, and he was the one there at that moment and stuff. So yeah, that's something else I really liked about Mo Jun-jae's character and the conflicted feelings that he brought me. Something else about this drama that I really like is Chen Yuro's character. Chen Yuro's character is the most complicated character for me as a viewer, or that brought up the most complicated feelings for me as a viewer. And even till today, like, I had to literally go through my psychology textbooks and look at it and try to understand, because it's one thing to sit down in a class and listen to your psychology teacher teach about the different stages of suicide, the different stages of grief, the different stages of etc and etc, and talk about schizophrenia and how it's different from insomnia and how it's different, like just those different psychological things and stuff. And it's different to actually see it in a drama and then get a clearer view and understanding of what that might feel like, and then go back to the book, read it, and then intertwine both understandings together. It's like a crazy beautiful thing when it happens and stuff. So Chen Yuro's character was a character that was very complicated for me. At first I felt pity for her character. She was a character that made me feel for her, but then as time went on, I felt like she got really selfish, and I couldn't just, and that's why I really love this drama, I couldn't join both things together. That yes, she was depressed, but she was also selfish, and I couldn't understand it, and hence why I disliked her character for a long while before I finally got an understanding of why it was that she was making the decisions she was. And it literally took towards the end when she was going to make this really huge impactful decision that was going to change everything and stuff, and she was having this conversation with Huang Yu Xuan, and basically when she had that conversation, it was like a slap for me. And if you want to know more about the details of what I'm talking about, watch my spoiler review. But that particular scene was pivotal for me to understanding where she was coming from and feeling like, wow, Deborah, you think you understand depression, you think you understand suicide, you think you've learned about all these things, but you know nothing. And you're not, like, if someone who was depressed prior to watching this drama and stuff, and I have a number of friends who are depressed, and I thought I understood depression, but if I had met someone that was at the level that she was of suicidal tendencies and depression and things like that, at the level she was of depression, if I had met someone like her, I think I would have been an awful friend prior to watching this drama. I'm just being honest. That's what this drama made me realize and stuff. But thankfully, and thanks to this drama, I now have a better understanding of what it was I learned in school, and now I have a better understanding and acceptance of what it is like. I mean, this is not the do-all, say-all of what depression is, but it gave me a broader understanding and acceptance of what it feels like, or what it looks like, and what can happen, and why I should be even more accepting and open-minded to certain things in relation to depression and things like that. So I really like that about this drama. If you're someone who really doesn't understand depression and things like suicides and like people who have mental issues, this is definitely a drama that you should watch. I feel like it gives you a broader point of view and a broader understanding, especially if you're like me and you're in school and you're also going to classes for certain psychological subjects and learning things about psychology and things like that. This definitely helps broaden your eyes and open and widen your eyes and broaden your views and stuff. So I really like Chen Yuro's character for that, because she was a really complicated character. She wasn't one-dimensional. This drama did a great job of depicting the stages of the stages of suicide, how you go through the ideation. She went through the ideation, you go through the ideation, you go through the second stage of suicide, the planning, you go through the attempted suicide or completed suicide, and that's like the autopilot stage and stuff. And I know you guys, some of you may not have an idea of what I'm talking about, but basically I'm using like psychological terms to define like suicide and things like that. But it basically did a great job of defining those stages of suicide. Something else I really like about this drama is how they basically touched topics without it feeling like they're just trying to be woke. I mean, you can just throw in things like Black Lives Matter, etc and etc, just to be woke, and it's not really adding to the storyline, and that would just ruin a story. I'm not saying they added Black Lives Matter, I'm just using that as an example. So I like how the things they added, the psychological aspects, the homophobic aspects, etc and etc that they added to the drama, basically are things that were not just added to make the drama seem woke, but they were added because it was needed for the plot, if that makes sense. So I really like that about this drama. Something else I really like is other characters also, since I've talked about Chen Yuro and Moju Jade. I really liked Huang Yu Xuan's character, and when I think about it, it's kind of funny because Huang Yu Xuan's character was the character that basically moved the story, but the character that left the most impact to me was surprisingly Chen Yuro, not Huang Yu Xuan. Don't get me wrong, I love Huang Yu Xuan. Huang Yu Xuan was bubbly, Huang Yu Xuan was friendly, Huang Yu Xuan was like me, in that there's a part where she has this conversation with Chen Yuro. Like I said, it was a part where I snapped and I realized, oh my goodness, I really did not understand depression till the second and stuff. But there's a part where she has this conversation with Chen Yuro's character and basically comes to a realization of what she has been doing wrong and how she has been approaching things wrong. And I really like that coming to Jesus moment that she has and stuff, because it just felt like she represented us, the audience, in that moment. So that's something again beautifully that I think the drama depicted and stuff. I really liked Huang Yu Xuan's character. I loved how once she went back to the past, she wasn't trying to look for 7-year-old Wang Zuaishen and tell him, oh, you must fall in love with me in the future or something like that, because that just be really creepy and stuff. Instead, she tried to live Chen Yuro's life in the best way she could before she left, even though yeah, that might have had a different impact from what she wanted it to have. But I like that she didn't go looking just for the guy and stuff. She actually tried to help Chen Yuro in the way she thought was best, which might not have necessarily been the best way at that time and stuff. So I really liked Huang Yu Xuan's character. I also love Zhe Wei's character. Zhe Wei's character, I feel, was also one complex, interesting character who you first meet and you think, okay, this is a dumb person that really doesn't know anything and stuff, but then you come to realize this dude is actually insanely smart, caring and loyal to his friends and the people he loves. Like once he loves you, guy, girl, whatever, he will ride or die for you, and that's one thing I really appreciated about Zhe Wei's character. I also love the communication in this drama, not just between the people who loved each other, but also between the friends and how they settled their fights real fast. Like we didn't really dwell on fights for 2, 3, 4 episodes. Like it was settled really fast. Yeah, sometimes they didn't really let it go, but at least we were able to move on and it didn't hold the drama back. and they didn't let us know that they hadn't let it go until it was finally time for them to let us know, hey, I'm still angry at you about what you did. I just had to pretend I wasn't angry at you, which was very realistic. So hence why this drama is magical realism. I've seen some people saying it's fantasy. It's not fantasy, it's magical realism, where it's basically a realistic fiction but that has magical and fantastical elements in it and stuff. So I really like this drama for that. I love the communication, and I think it helps it that the drama is just 13 episodes. So if it was longer, they would have put all those unnecessary misunderstandings, but because it was just 13 episodes, there weren't unnecessary misunderstandings that made you annoyed to leave the drama. Like episode 10 will annoy you. Let me just put the spoiler out there, but please keep going, don't give up. It gets better. Like I said, things get resolved really fast in this drama. So that's something else I really liked about this drama. Like, we didn't waste time on unnecessary things. We got down to the business really fast and all. I also loved how in this drama we could definitely see it was something that I loved and I hated at one point, and I'll get into, but I loved how we saw things from different perspectives. Now, normally I hate flashbacks, but this was a drama which did its flashbacks really well. Like, each flashback was important and was always seen from a different perspective, so we understood more and got a broader view of what was going on. Like, it's always like people say, there's your side, my side, and then there's the truth. So it gave us all the sides, so we had a broader scope of, oh, this is the whole story. And literally that's how the drama was made, because each episode was like a puzzle you were fitting together before you got a clear picture of, oh, this is what went on. Okay, now how do we fix this and stuff. So I really like that about this drama. I love the message of acceptance that it showed. Like, it was when people accepted who they are that things were basically able to be changed, and when the acceptance came in, that change was able to finally be gotten. So I really like that message of acceptance that was shown in this drama, and how they tackled the psychological aspect. It wasn't something that was looked down on, it was something that was deeply studied, and they really worked on doing a great job on it, and they did a great job on it. So I definitely like the drama. Now, why I didn't like seeing all the perspectives is, or why I said I hated it and I loved it, is because they showed us the perspective of the murderer, the psycho in the drama, who I really did not want to see his point of view, because that was really messed up. But it was really good they showed us that perspective, because it was the realest perspective I've ever seen in a drama, of the view of someone who is basically messed up. Like, I'm looking for the nicest way to say it and stuff, and someone who is basically messed up. So yeah, it was really creepy, but we needed to see that perspective and kind of understand it from his own perspective, but not necessarily accept his actions, if that makes sense and stuff. So understand why he did what he did, or why things happened the way they did in relation to him, but not accept what he did and stuff. So I really like that about this drama, and the conflicting emotions it brought in me. I really loved the lessons that I learned from this drama. I loved the loyalty between the friends, how they were literally always there for each other and had each other's back. I loved the love between our male lead and our female lead, and how you knew, like, regardless of what happens, regardless of how everything tied up at the end, you knew that someday or one day they would be together, because they were meant for each other. And that was just perfect in itself. I love how they tackled time travel in this drama. I mean, we've seen time travel done a lot, but this was time travel done well. And normally when we see time travel dramas, in the end, it's not tied well. But this is one that was tied well, so you know, like, this is not going to repeat itself again. This is the circle. It's a circle that keeps repeating itself, and this is the only way to end this cycle so it doesn't repeat itself. Because you always wonder, if you change it, can you go back and change it and keep changing it and keep changing it, and do you just keep on repeating the cycle? So do you live in a circular world then? So I really love that perspective, that it brought a different viewpoint of time travel. They really gave us the best perspective I've ever seen, or the best representation I've ever seen of time travel, and what it may look like, how it may begin, how it may occur in the present, in the past, and how it can change lives, and how it can end or should end. So I really like that about this drama. They really handled the time travel really well. They showed us how it might affect people's life after the person who takes over the body of someone from the past or the future is gone, how it might affect their life positively or negatively and stuff. So I really love those intricate details that this drama portrayed and showed us. It's definitely a drama that I highly recommend for you if you're really tired of watching like dramas that you've been watching these days that literally make no sense but are just easy watches, and you want something that has substance, meat, grit, and really leaves an impact in your life and gets you thinking and maybe even changes your opinions and things, then this is definitely the drama for you. It's definitely on Viki, so check it out on Viki. I'll also put links down below for where you can watch it in other places for free if you don't have money for Viki or something like that. But yeah, this is definitely a drama I recommend to everyone out there to check out, because it definitely taught me things about myself that I literally did not know prior to going into this drama, and I am so thankful to this drama for that. Check this drama out. In terms of rewatch value, I'll definitely give it a 10, just because now that I've seen it, I want to rewatch it through a new lens and understanding, and be able to like have the whole clear picture and go through the timeline with this new understanding that I have of how everything came to be. It will make it even better considering what I now know of how we got to the point we got to the first time I watched it. So yeah, I'll definitely give it a rewatch value of a 10. I can definitely see myself rewatching this. I will definitely rewatch this, just like I said, to get that different perspective now that I know what exactly went on and how it came to be. This is definitely a drama that I definitely enjoyed. I love the messages that it sent in. This wasn't even a drama, like, yeah, there's romance in it, there's love and all that in this drama, but I feel like this drama went beyond love. It's not just another love story of time travel, it's more than that, and I think that's what adds substance to this drama and makes this drama so uniquely different from other time travel dramas and stuff. So I really like this drama for that reason. I definitely rate this drama as an A++, like triple plus, and you've never seen me literally rate a drama that good, but this is definitely a drama that's worth it. And I think what makes this drama so unique for me is, regardless of the ending, like there was a part in the last episode 13, where something happened and we thought that was the ending, and if it had ended that way, I would totally have been okay with this drama ending that way, but it didn't end that way, and I am still okay with the way it ended. Like, either way, if it was bad or if it was good, I would still be okay with the way the drama had ended, because it had taught me to accept whichever outcome I was given. I mean, I would have preferred one outcome more than the other outcome, but either way, I would still like any of them, just because if it had been one outcome, it would have even left more of an impact on me than the second outcome. And I know that sounds confusing, but I'm trying not to give spoilers here, guys, so bear with me. But I definitely loved this drama. I enjoyed this drama. This was a great work by the whole entire team. I know we need to give props to the two writers and how they were able to basically communicate with each other, so the drama just didn't feel haphazard. Because this is a drama that if the writing wasn't done well, it would have just sucked and it would have been horrible, considering the intricacies that were interwoven and the things that were interwoven in this drama and how everything needed to be connected. So definitely props to the writers, definitely props to the directors, definitely props to the whole production team of this drama. You did a great job. I love the OST, I love the story storyline. I love the execution of the plot. This was definitely a drama well done. So definitely check it out and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below when you do. And if you've already checked it out, what did you all think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to share, subscribe so you don't miss my drama reviews. If you really like this review, then what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'll wait for you. Alright, are you done? Okay, so don't forget to keep being the awesome, beautiful people you are. From me to you all, you now, because nothing but love for you all. Stay awesome.